It's not only important how we spend our time, but with whom we spend it. To redeem the time may mean you have to prune off some relationships that are not adding value to your life. Don't hang around people who are not going anywhere, who have no dreams or goals, people who are not focused and not disciplined. They compromise, take the easy way out. If you tolerate mediocrity, it will rub off on you. If you hang out with jealous, critical, unhappy people, you will end up jealous, critical, and unhappy. That's what it says in Proverbs. When you walk with wise men, you will become wise. Take a look at your friends. That's what you're going to be like in a few years. If your friends are winners, leaders, givers, successful, if they have integrity, a spirit of excellence, if they're positive, motivated, then those good qualities are going to rub off on you. When you're with them, you're investing your time. They're making you better. But if you hang out with people who are sloppy, undisciplined, not motivated, not going anywhere, let me give you some great advice. Find some new friends. You cannot become who God created you to be hanging out with them. They may be good people, they may have good hearts, but your destiny is too great. Your assignment too important, your time too valuable to let them drag you down. The only thing that's keeping some people from a new level of their destiny is wrong friendships. You cannot hang out with chickens and expect to soar like an eagle. You don't have to make some big announcement. Go tell them, hey man, I'm cutting you off. Joel said get rid of you. No, do me a big favor, leave my name out of this. But you can just gradually spend less and less time with them. Well, what if I hurt their feelings? Well, what if they keep you from your destiny? I heard about a lady who was reevaluating her friendships. Her answering machine said, I'm sorry I missed your call. I'm making some changes in my life. And if I don't call you back, please know you were one of those changes. I'm thinking about all the people that hadn't called me back. But here's the key. If you don't let go of the wrong people, you'll never meet the right people. And sometimes we can outgrow a friendship. It was good at one time. For a few years you were fulfilled, but now you've grown more than they have. You're running at a different pace. Your gifts are coming out in a greater way. That doesn't make them a bad person. It's just a new season. Human nature likes to hold on to the old. We like to keep everything the same. But the truth is that it's healthy for seasons to change. Doesn't mean you can't still be their friend. You just know you can't spend as much time with them and become who you were created to be. There are people who come into our lives who are like scaffolding. They're designed to be there for a period of time. I'm not talking about a marriage situation. I'm talking about friendships. These people are there to help us grow, inspire us, motivate us. But like that scaffolding, at some point, it's got to come off the building. If the scaffolding stayed up, the building would never be what it was meant to be. Appreciate the people who have helped you. Always honor them, but be big enough to recognize when their part in your story is over. On a regular basis, you need to reevaluate your friendships and the people with whom you choose to spend your time. Are they in the right position? Has the position changed? Could it be that it's a new season? When Jesus was on the earth, he was very selective with his friendships. Everyone wanted to be close to him, but he chose only 12 disciples with whom to spend most of his time. Out of those 12, 3 were his close friends, Peter, James, and John. One could be considered his best friend, John. He was described as the disciple whom Jesus loved. You may know a lot of people and have many acquaintances, but you have to be careful who you allow into your inner circle. You can't have 20 best friends. The higher you go, the more successful you are, the tighter your circle needs to become. You may have 20 people you call friends, and that's great, but make sure the 2 or 3 you choose to be close to you are 100% for you. Make sure they believe in you, stick up for you, and are with you through thick and thin. It could be that you're not seeing God's best because your team is weak. You're investing valuable time in people who were never supposed to be a part of your inner circle. If your team is weak, you're going to be weak. In Mark 5, Jesus was traveling to another city to pray for a little girl who had died. When he arrived at the home, the scripture states that Jesus didn't allow anyone to go in with him except for Peter, James, and John, his inner circle. Why? Jesus knew when he got in that room where this little girl was lying dead, he needed people who wouldn't question who he was. He needed people who wouldn't ask, "Are you sure you're the Son of God? What if she doesn't get healed? Do you have a backup plan?" When you're in the heat of the battle, when you need God's favor, when you need a breakthrough, you need a legal situation to turn around, you can't afford to have people in your inner circle asking, "Do you really think you're going to get well? My grandmother died of the same thing. Do you really think you're going to get out of debt? Business is so slow." You need people who are joined in spirit with you. You need people who will say, "If you're bold enough to believe it, count on me. I'm bold enough to agree with you." If you believe you can break that addiction, I'm not going to tell you 10 reasons why you can't. My report is you are well able. If you believe you can get your degree, you believe you can start that business,